evening and welcome to this edition of the News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the South Jackson Street Band will perform at the Civic Center's annual Ice Cream Social this week. Candidates for Coffee County Sheriff will tell us what they think about closing the county's workhouse. Mayoral candidates will talk about losses at the Coffee County Manchester Convention Center. And Robin Dunn will give us some of her ideas on changing the trustee's office. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
The current mayor says he needs 4 more years to clean up the debt he inherited. Really, Gary? The primary obligation during David Pennington's terms was to benefit our schools. The people of Coffee County voted in a referendum to improve and build more schools. Were the people of Coffee County wrong? David Pennington doesn't think so. I support quality schools for our students and teachers. The other debt was from building a new jail. The state of Tennessee mandated that we build a new jail. Was the Coffee County Commission wrong to follow state law? David Pennington doesn't think so. Think of the enormous cost if we'd waited for the state of Tennessee to close our jail. We would have to pay other counties to house our prisoners. Taking care of our schools and our jail was the right thing to do. Vote for the candidate who believes in doing what's right for Coffee County. Vote for David Pennington for Coffee County Mayor.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have sold so many new trucks. We've got over 100 pre-owned trucks to choose from. Any make, any size, any model. It's as easy as going to russellbarnett.com to check out our pre-owned truck inventory. And remember, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
Welcome back. The annual South Jackson Civic Center Ice Cream Social is coming up this week. Peggy Burton spoke to the center's public relations director, Cynthia Redekop, about the event.
I'm so lucky because I'm on the set today with somebody I just love. She's a new marketing director at South Jackson Civic Center, Miss Cynthia Redekop.
Good morning. How are you? I'm good.
I see you made it through last night. And
yes, ma'am.
You're back on the set. We're here today to talk about a couple of things, but let's start out with the Ice Cream Social.
Yes. South Jackson has got the Ice Cream Social coming up on July the 26th outside at the grounds of South Jackson Civic Center.
At the new, beautiful area.
Yes, great big patio, lighting, grass. It's gorgeous.
It's really pretty. So we encourage you to bring your chair, your lawn chairs, bring whatever you want to drink. Will we be selling drinks?
I'm not sure about drinks yet, but we are going to be featuring Water's Edge ice cream with some new flavors that they're going to be offering. Yeah. So yes, that will become with your ticket. You'll get one cup of ice cream. But bring your dinner, your lawn chairs, and just enjoy some band music. The great band is going to be playing. It's a South Jackson Street Band, and we've been doing this for several years. And this year, I'm bringing in some of my soloists from the gala last year. Yes, Greg Gressel is going to be singing along with Michael McGee, Synovia McGee, Amy Beckstead, Jerry Anderson, who is a regular, and have I left anybody out? You're going to be singing. Amy Beckstead, you said her. I always sing with the band, but I'm trying to give it over to a few other people now. Gotcha. And I love Michael McGee's the arrangement we did of Cab Calloway's, what is it? Howdy, 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 ho, howdy, howdy, he is so great. Anyway, I appreciate the fact that they're giving their time to come and do that. Yes. Plus, we're having a dance class at 7 o'clock. So put your dancing shoes on and come down. It will start at 7. You can get tickets at southjackson.org or call us in the office at 455-5321. And the dance class will fit your swing because we're calling it Midsummer Night's Swing. And Valerie Lawrence, who has been teaching in several areas around here, is a fabulous teacher. She's patient, she's thorough, and she'll be teaching swing dance at 7 o'clock till 7:30. And then we'll start playing, and then you'll have ice cream. Somebody asked me, can we buy more ice cream if we don't get enough? Oh, definitely. We will have plenty there for you to buy, enjoy. You know, like you said, bring your lawn chairs, come relaxed and ready for a great evening outside under the stars. Bring your supper if you like. Yes, bring your supper. That's a good idea. Anyway, somebody asked me how many times we've done this, and I can't remember. It's been a long time. It has been a while. I don't know either. I kept up with it with country. Forever.
Anyway, it's I have some wonderful musicians that have somehow stayed with me, and when one moves on, another comes in, just like I'm working to replace myself. That's just, I hope, excuse me, I hope that this band will live into the future, because big band music has always touched me.
Right.
Everybody thinks I'm a big country fan. Well, I am, but big band music is what I started out with, and I've always loved it, and I'm appreciative of the fact that I have men and ladies that come from all over Middle Tennessee. There's about 20 people, and anyway, I appreciate that. So we hope you'll come. It's $10. Where do you get a deal like that? Ice cream?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream and all the music you can handle for the evening.
We'll be right back after these messages.
100 vehicles under $15,000 at 5 locations, both Tullahoma and Winchester. Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and new car sales have been so great. We have a huge selection of pre-owned inventory. Do you have a trade? Maximum trade allowance going on right now. 100 vehicles under $15,000, maximum trade-in allowance, best website in the business at russellbarnett.com. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hello, I'm Gary Cordell, your Coffee County Mayor. I want to speak to you personally about the commitment I made to the citizens of Coffee County 4 years ago, that if elected, I would serve our county with honor and integrity. I pledged to work hard, to give 100%, to be effective and efficient in managing your county resources. I want to take this opportunity to assure the citizens of Coffee County that our county's financial condition is much stronger now than it was 4 years ago. We've had no property tax increase in the last 4 years, and our operating reserve fund balance has tripled. The most important question you must ask yourself when you walk into the voting booth is simply, who's best qualified to lead our county forward at this critical time? I have over 40 years of business, management, and leadership experience to best lead Coffee County. Much has been accomplished in the last 4 years, but we've only just begun. Coffee County, let's stay on track. I would appreciate your vote in the August 2nd general election. Thank you.
Welcome back. As we approach Election Day next Thursday, Tom Corrington spoke with the 2 candidates for Coffee County Sheriff about the possibility of losing the county workhouse.
Well, this looks like a kind of a round and around. Well, you got one, Mayor Cordell. One of his, it looks like he's definitely in favor of it. He's made an issue of closing the annex, and he just flat out says, you know, we could close it and save $500,000.
And you know, about a year ago, the full commission voted to give Mayor Cordell control of the annex, and you know, either to close it or to make it bigger. We spent what, $90,000 to
You mean the annex would work for the mayor instead of?
Well, it would be under the mayor's control, whether it was operational or enhanced. You know, there is room there to go up to 64 inmates. At
the annex.
At the annex, if you know, if they decide to do some work in one more room. But you know, it is the mayor's call, and you know, like I said, I don't have a say-so in that because I don't draw a salary from operating the annex. I don't see how we're going to save money. I just don't.
You say you don't draw a salary, but the annex presently works for you, right? Whoever's running the annex.
Well, the mayor is in control of it, but we operate it for them, for the county. I mean, we do the meals, we do the medical, we supply the inmates, but now the mayor does have full control to shut it down.
Okay. Does he have to ask anybody else?
I really don't think so. I think once the county commission put it under the mayor's authority, you know, he could tell us tomorrow to pull the inmates, and we wouldn't have any choice but to do that. I don't think he would do anything that quick, or I think he would do a lot more study on the annex.
Well, we've gotten into some pretty interesting issues, folks, and we could spend more time on it. I hope we've been able to enlighten you a little bit at some of the issues that are facing the Sheriff's Department and the folks that are going to have to come up with the money to operate it. We've been talking today with the two candidates for Coffee County Sheriff. That is the incumbent, Sheriff Steve Graves, and the challenger, Chad Parton. And Chad also has a great deal of experience in the law enforcement field. And so we're fortunate to have, I think, two good candidates out there.
We'll be right back with more News Leader on 6.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stanley Knapp Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stan McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stan McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. As county commissioners are looking for ways to save money, the Coffee County mayoral candidates discuss options to cut spending.
So let's take a minute. Tim, you want to add something on the question of the sheriff's budget?
Yes, sir. The problem that the sheriff's department's got is it's not just come up recently. It was 4 years ago, and they've known about it the whole time, and they've done absolutely nothing to fix the problem. We wait till the last minute, right before the deadline of the budget, to try to fix it, and by then it's too late. Well, maybe it's election time.
So you cut everybody the same.
Yeah. Well, the sheriff's department gets 4%.
Yeah.
So they're going to lose their 35% raise plus
chicken
probably a little more.
Yeah.
But there's money to be found out there.
Is there?
The conference center. I mean, we got a problem with the conference center.
You got an idea where some money should be found?
Gary mentioned in the last debate that the conference center is improving every year. I've got a different opinion on it. I've got the numbers here so I can state them correctly. In 2015, the loss was $301,000. 2016, $407,000. 2017, $506,000. I mean, we're going in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
we're losing money.
But this year the budget is $250,000.
But
for the city and the county.
But it is. But it'll get worse.
The budget for the center?
It's cut in half now.
Yeah.
They're predicting a $500,000 loss again. The salaries have been going up at the conference center. 2015, the combined salaries, $411,000. 2016, $543, and 2017, $663. I mean, that's a lot.
Got that many employees, do you?
I guess.
How many do they have here? You know?
Don't know.
Yeah.
So the money can. If we could do something with the conference center until we get a hold of it, then we'd have money for the sheriff's budget.
Let me share something regarding that, if I may, on the conference center. A lot of people from outside the system think, well, the county can fix that. This mayor knows, as I do, that a contract was set in place over 17 years ago with agreement with the county commission at that time and the Manchester Board of Aldermen, where we were locked into a 20-year term of paying the debt. We owe 3 more years on that. And in the contract, the agreement was that you split the losses 50-50 throughout. Now, the factors that were looked at at the inception, where some of those were flawed, they were not correct.
Manchester and the county?
Yes, sir. Okay. And we have the operation of that, the oversight of that is with the PBA. And, you know, Mr. Pena sits on that. We have a 7-member PBA board. The operation of that, they are accountable for and oversee the operation of that. County government does not have any say-so from the standpoint of just dissolve it. We can't do that. We've got a contract,
Well,
and if we
unless
break
it was paid off.
Who comes up with the shortage of, who pays for the
county
over
and the city.
budget?
Yeah.
The county and the city. That goes back
But
to
you
the
don't have
20 years.
any way, so
That was set in concrete years ago, and our people don't understand that. It's easy to look in from the outside and say, we'll do this and that, whatever, but we got a contract. If the county reneges on that contract and says to Manchester City, we're not going to pay next year, then we could well be in a lawsuit with the city.
Well, conference centers are kind of
that's another
unique
issue.
problem.
Well, let me tell you something too about it, Tom, because they stuck me on that board a couple years ago, and there was this lady that they had hired, and well, they just prosecuted her. She stole money, and so not only did she steal money, she actually moved money from the equipment replacement fund and put it into the operational, so that you know, it'd take a year, because they used to just audit it once a year, but now we set up a committee that audits every month, so those things can't happen now. That's one of the things that we've done.
And internal controls are set in place to safeguard
Absolutely, and we actually have somebody that has some skin in the game, which is the county. We have Russ Gricken on that board, and we have the city. So what's happened to the conference center is pretty simple. The equipment money, over $300,000 that she funneled back in within a year. That building's old, and a lot of things happen to it. And a lot of this money you see here, it's not for the operations, but it's because they're having to replace roofs, they're having to replace flooring, plumbing, equipment. You know, the parking lot. You know,
maintenance issues.
Yeah, the maintenance issues that they would have had the money to do it, had the lady not. And let me just say this. That conference center is not the first time that anybody has ever taken money from the government. There's plenty of people in prison that took money from the cities and the counties and the state. You know, so the best you can do, in all fairness to the people that was there before I got there, the best you can do is do your job as volunteers. They're volunteers, Tom, and do your job and watch it and try to, you know, it's your duty to try to watch it. But like I said, there are cities and counties and states that got stole from all the time. Don't you think those people got watched? But some way, a thief is a thief, Tom. It's hard to catch them.
More news later on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. In this segment, Robin Dunn, candidate for Coffee County trustee, talks about some of the changes she would make if elected.
We're talking today, folks, with Robin Dunn, who is running for the county trustee. As I mentioned, we invited the incumbent, John Marchesoni, to come on with us a couple of weeks ago, but he was unable to work us into his schedule. So he's not here, and we'll use the time to get better acquainted with Robin. Robin, I think for the most part, the office of trustee is one we don't really hear a lot about. I think a lot of people out on the average on the street would not have a very clear idea of what the trustee is all about, and yet it's quite an important job and a big one. So let me ask you to educate the folks a little bit. Tell us what the trustee is all about.
Sure, and before I start, I'm going to say that John Gray educated me just now and let me know that Jennifer Moody will not be the first female city administrator. There was one, Miss Jana Vosica, several years ago served as city administrator, and so but while we are excited about having Jennifer get on board with us. So but what does a trustee do? So there's three main jobs, but more or less it's the banker of the county. So all the money coming in, all the money going out, making sure that the money is distributed correctly to the different departments, and also to I've lost it. Sorry.
It's okay.
To invest the money. Sorry. Any idle funds. Invest idle funds would be the third thing for the trustee.
So what collecting the property taxes is probably the big job. Huh?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Between October and the end of February, all of the tax money has to come in. Correct. Yeah, I was interested in running across the information that they are not required to send out a notice of your property tax. Mm-hmm. As a property owner, you're expected to know you've got to pay a property tax and do something about it. So they don't send you a notice necessarily, and yet if you don't pay, you're going to be delinquent. So, okay, collecting the property taxes, accounting and disbursing all the county funds, and investing temporarily idle funds. Those are the three main jobs. So in effect, the trustee is the county treasurer as well. Yes. Mm-hmm. All of the money, I gather, has to come through the trustee's office.
That's correct. So you're looking for someone you can trust. Hence the name. So yeah, I'm one that I'm looking at every I. I'm dotting every I. I'm crossing every T, and I'm going to make sure those dollars are working for us. And I'm going to be the first to report what's going on in that office. Right now, I feel like as a matter of best practice, we need to have a report that's given every year to the county commissioners in a public meeting, so that all the people can know and understand what's happening in that office. And that's a practice that is not happening currently, and I want to bring that back. So.
Yeah, the only requirement that I noticed was that there's a monthly and a quarterly report, I believe, that the trustee sends to the mayor.
Yeah.
Well, except for one thing. Interesting also, the sheriff's funds, what happens to those?
They go directly to the mayor, and rather than to the county commissioners. Is that what you're?
No, they go directly to the county commission instead of the mayor. Yeah. The sheriff's fees are in a separate account. They're not mixed up with anything else. And the trustee reports apparently directly to the county commission on those funds. Okay, and so you want to do what? You want to add a report for an annual report?
Yes, and that was something that has happened in the past, and during this administration it has not taken place except for the first year. So it's been 3 years that we've not had that financial report, and I just think it's important. I think that the people need to know exactly what's going on, and I feel like you said about having a notice sent to your place of address. I think things like that are important. I know that I'm on the Planning and Codes Commission here in Tullahoma, and one thing that really bothered me was your next door neighbor could have a request to have it rezoned. Maybe your next door neighbor wanted to have their property be commercial. Well, the only way that you would even know that request would happen is if you saw a little notice in the newspaper, and there's supposed to be a sign that's placed in the property as well. But sometimes if you don't happen to drive past your neighbor's house to get to your home, you may or may not even see that. So we've actually come up with something that I think is going to be really helpful for the people of Tullahoma. If you are within 100 feet of a property line that's hoping to be or has requested to be rezoned, you will receive a letter in the mail. And I think that's just part of it. I think the people shouldn't have to be digging for information. We, the people, should have that information given to us. And I'm all about, this is a government for all of us. This isn't something that's happening to us. We're all involved in it, and I think that's very important.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Interim Tullahoma Police Chief George Marsh, who will remind us to pay attention to the school zones. The school starts next week. Mickey Miller will drop by to tell us about the Tullahoma High School's first bass fishing team, and we'll speak to a clogging team that will be performing at this year's South Jackson Goes Country. All that and more on this week's Living.
And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
I have 30 seconds to tell you about RussellBarnett.com. We're going to find over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get your trade appraised, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get financing done, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get collision repair assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get auto rental assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We are the one-stop shop, one click away. Why click anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1945 at 100 degrees. The record low was in 1947 at 54 degrees. The average high on this day is 89, and the average low is 67. Partly cloudy weather expected tonight with a low of 69. Partly cloudy weather continues in the forecast for Wednesday with a high of 89 and a low of 68, and mostly sunny weather expected on Thursday with a high of 92 and a low of 71. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsletter on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.